Did one of the disciples take the place of Jesus on the cross?
Indeed, we step forward once again. No, the answer to this question from our perspective, at least, is no. A disciple, not as you perceive it, as a different person taking his place. Remember what is just being said, all is one. So from that perspective, from that higher perspective, yes, anyone could, Jesus was not separate from anyone else, and therefore there was always an element or a version of every individual within the Jesus body, let's say. We would like to add that who you refer to as Jesus was a very evolved being. It had a very strong connection and remembrance of his brilliance. And so, although his physical body did suffer, because there is no way of not suffering in that physical reality, but he knew how to disconnect from that, like many other very evolved individuals on your planet. Even now, they can go into very deep meditation and overcome the limitations, the suffering of the physical body. Buddha taught a lot about that. So Jesus here, Yeshua, was a master in an energy healing, but not that he was necessarily healing his body. He just knew how not to engage with the suffering evoked by the physical reality or his physical body. And he was doing that with a higher purpose. So, yes, we'll stop here. So the answer is no. No one else took his place physically.
Thank you. I am Judas Iscariot. I've spoken to you once before, and I thought it only appropriate that perhaps I shed some light on this particular question. Undoubtedly, Jesus, our Lord, our Master, died upon the cross. That was his task, his role. It is the fate that he had agreed to when he came into incarnation 2,000 years ago. His job was to break the hold of the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire was an institution characterized by violence and brutality, slavery, and ill will towards its fellow man. In order to bring in the passage of the next age of the zodiac, it was required that this empire be dissolved. And that was one of Jesus' tasks. And indeed, in that, he accomplished everything that he set out to do. There were many other things besides, which you see reflected in your society today. After all, much of the Western world, perhaps all of the Western world, is founded on the principles of Christianity, of his religion, that which he brought us. It was a very difficult time when he died. There was much soul searching on behalf of his followers, much gnashing of teeth, if I can use the old biblical term. But thankfully, his passing was not in vain. And that which you have now is very much down to him. He gave us this. So think well of the Master Jesus. He died so that we may all have a brighter tomorrow. And I had my part in this, though it pains me still. But I shall not go into that here. Bless you all. May you know Jesus' love. And for those of you who have not yet met him, please do. You only simply have to ask, and he will be there. Thank you.